Hi, my name is Maura Martinez. This is my ID. And today I'll presenting on human rights and equality beyond theory and how it looks in practice from Plan International and organization. Okay, so I remember being probably 6 or 7 years old and being in the car with my parents and going through some streets in Dominican Republic where I was born and raised. And seeing kids probably my age, even younger sometimes, asking for money and food on the streets. I couldn't understand how come some kids were able to go to school and others were asking to be fed on the streets with other parents. I remember asking my mother, why am I here and I'm not with them? Why they're not living the life that I get to live? I was really confused about who has access to what and under what circumstance, who decides that. For that reason, I decided to go for studying human geography and sustainability, truly understanding the social, economic, and cultural and political situations that denies individuals and communities the access to resources that would, in the long run, help them be the best version of themselves, if possible. And understanding how spatial inequality does exist and truly affects individuals and communities in different ways. For instance, in Dominican Republic, we have a huge problem regarding an infant marriage, which was eliminated in last year. So it's no longer allowed to marry a 13-year-old, thankfully. However, this was part of a huge initiative that Plan International and Dominican Republic was part of. Plan International is an international organization that works in different countries to support and stand for the rights of kids and girls, teenagers, and youth and across the world. And Dominican Republic is no exception. Right now in Dominican Republic, a study conducted by the Ministry of Health in 2014 shows that 20.5% of girls and young women ages 15 to 19 in Dominican Republic became pregnant in their teens. This is an outrageous number, however, and in many other countries, this is also the reality. And this is related to lack of sexual and reproductive rights education, as well as acknowledging that there is and there are points of connection between an economic independence and poverty and female independence. And I'll go more over this during the presentation. Officials also argue that there was an increase by 2.4 in 2020 due to the pandemic. And it states that official estimates that poverty increased by 2.4% points to 23% in 2020. And this was mostly caused by the pandemic, affecting 250,000 people. And this information was provided by the World Bank in 2021. And this 250,000 people falling into poverty. Another survey conducted by UNICEF in Dominican Republic showed that 87.3% of Dominican women marry or end up in union before the age of 18. And 43% of them go before the age of 15. 43% go before the age of 15. This information is completely related to the fact that unions in Dominican Republic, early unions are still allowed. However, infant or child marriage was thankfully prohibited last year. And Plan International was one of the main organizations that represented the rights of girls in this matter. Plan International is an international organization, as I previously says, that thinks global but acts local. And this is key in understanding how one person can be part of a change in a local setting. Yeah, there's across inequality. There's inequality across the world. However, this does look different depending on where you are. In Dominican Republic, we have 4 main categories of help in Plan International. That is disaster risk education, youth economic empowerment, sexual and reproductive rights, as well as child development or child protection. And why these 4 categories? Because we've identified that in these 4 categories, and these are the focal points of providing support, and that can be long-term impacted for youth and kids. So you might be asking, how can you be part of a plan? How can you be part of the change? How can you engage in this type of initiatives that actually help a lot of girls? Since I've already told my audience that and Plan International worked and represented the rights of girls during the prohibition of child marriage last year in the Congress. You can be an donor and financial donor, and depending on where you're standing, and you can decide how much money you want to donate, as well as where you want to donate, in which country, and which objectives. You can be a social media engager, follower, and voicer, subscribe to Plan International letters to become updated on the things we do, engage with your local social inequalities, understand them, study them, and be part of a change, be part of a plan. And if there's no plan, you create one. And lastly, think global and act local. It's so important to understand the global dilemmas, but also understand how the local initiatives and the local problems are and part of the solution as well. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. Hope you enjoy, and remember, you can always be part of a plan. Thank you. Have a great day.